Hey, welcome to Christian Fantasy Sports. I am back. I have been busy and gone and away and doing everything except making videos, which has been crazy. My wife and I had gone on a vacation. I had bought stuff to redo the studio. I have an autistic grandson that is not happy about my studio being in his room, which is actually my garage, but he is dedicated as his room. So one thing about his autism is when he tilts, it's full tilt. And so when he's the sweetest kid, he's the sweetest kid. And when he's not, I think he could go toe-to-toe to Tasmanian Devil pretty hardcore. Anyway, just a short little look. Anybody seen my videos before? That wall over there, see those beautiful posters? Those are from the early 80s, mid-80s, John Elway. I had a Terrell Davis poster over there. It's been replaced by Wales. I'm not allowed to put those posters back up no more. And this morning he was going after my John Elway lunch bag here. This thing is from like 1985. And he was going after it today because he doesn't like it in his room. So I got a little depressed and decided to just start changing things. So there's a microphone up here now. But we're still putting pieces back together because when I say he destroyed it, yeah. Can't get mad at him. He's 5 and he's autistic. Just got to teach him better ways to deal with his anger. So bringing it up on purpose because autism, these kids are smart, they're brilliant like any other person out there. And you just have to teach them how to channel their emotions. Can't say that works for every autistic kid because they're all at a different place and different level. That's just the way I deal with my grandson in this particular scenario. Love him to death. Can't get too upset at him because my son, it's funny because my son is almost 18. He's getting ready for college this summer. Fall show coming in. And so he's making that decision of where to go, but he sees me with my grandson. He's like, oh, you're so nice. You're too nice. And you coddle him, you baby him. And I'm thinking, you have no idea the things you used to do. And you act like you're oblivious that you didn't do it. And it's not that he would remember. Some people do, some people don't. But, he's 18 and he's a mature adult now. He knows everything because, teenager. And he'll learn. But right now he looks at me with my grandson. I laugh. I was like, I could show you I can't show it to you, but I had this Reggie White collectible doll still in its box, mint condition, out of college, along with a Marshall Falk. My son decided it'd be really cool to take my 1997 and 1998 Super Bowl semi-trucks collectible that I had in their box in mint condition, and of course it became a lovely toy for him. That's just amongst many things that he destroyed. My daughters were pretty good; they weren't as bad as him. So, if it makes me laugh when I see him get upset about that because I'm thinking, ha, buddy, yeah, I used to be a kid too, a younger kid that did. So, autism, patience. Easter was yesterday. I wanted to get something out yesterday. I just didn't get it done. My granddaughter's been in the ER the last few days, and so I've gone full-time with my grandson, which takes up too much of my time. The reason I'm getting this in, I'm actually have just a brief period of time between my errands I'm running and having to pick him up in the next hour from school. So I'm not getting much time to squeeze things in, but I'm trying to put my studio back together and get these videos out because now's the time I really got to start doing it. I've been kind of practicing a little bit, but I haven't really been full into it because no matter how many these experts put these videos out there, it doesn't matter. Nothing. This guy predicts going to be a top 10 wide receiver this year. You don't know that. You don't even know what's going to be on the same team he's on right now. The draft is coming, folks. Everything changes. That's when you have a better idea of what's actually going on. That's when you should care. That's when it should matter. So, draft's rolling in, and we're going to have some opportunities to explore some things. People are shifting around. Like, look at Cooper Kupp. 3-year, $30 million with Seattle. Is he? Or is it a 1-year, $10 million deal back with the Rams? Where's this guy going? Where's he at? What's he doing? We don't know. So, a lot of things to explore. Happy Easter to those who see this video, even though Easter's over. And condolences out to To Catholics out there, I know many of them. Apparently, Pope Francis has died today at the age of 88. So prayers to him, and wisdom to the Vatican and their next the process they have to go through to select the next pope. I am not Catholic, so I will not weigh an opinion on it whatsoever. But I know people that are very close to me that are Catholics. So to them, condolences on the loss. I know it's heartbreaking. It's always heartbreaking when somebody's close to you, but I know Catholics absolutely are devoted to the Pope in many ways. So my condolences to them, prayers to them, and seek wisdom and guidance in your next selection. We'll know more. There's a lot of veterans, things we could talk about. You know, is Tyreek Hill going to stay in Miami? Is he in trouble again? There's so many things you could talk about. Well, let's let things kind of breathe a little bit. Let's let the draft happen, and let's find our places. And I'm going to tell you too. Yeah, go back to last year's expert rankings going into the top receivers going off the board. We got Marvin Harrison Jr. followed by Ron Odunze. And people like me are like, okay, I like them both. I get Marvin Harrison Jr., the stock and everything, but what about Brian Thomas? Brian Thomas had 17, I'm not looking at the stats, I believe that his last season at LSU, because he's playing. Why he's not getting the love? He had 17 touchdowns. He's like 6'3", 225. The guy's a beast. And he was going to an absent, riddled Jacksonville offense with no more Calvin Ridley. We know Christian Kirk's not an alpha, so who else was going to get the ball? Especially now that Evan Ingram's left and he's gone to Denver this season. I think we haven't talked about all these changes. So buying into this early season rankings, you need to know in fantasy football, it is fantasy. It's not reality. So who's going to get you to fantasy production? Last year, if you were paying attention, it was Ron Odunze playing third on his team, or Brian Thomas Jr. was at the forefront. Brian Thomas Jr. along with Ladd McConkey. And then let's not forget who was in between Odunze and Harrison as far as the draft, because it really was Harrison 1, Odunze 3. And then what about Neighbors? Who else plays for the Giants? So who was getting the ball? Fantasy, this is what we got to pay attention to, folks. Stop listening to all these experts say, I think he's a premium athlete out there and he's going to go here. And what's his opportunity share? What is his opportunity share? I don't care. People shied away from Ladd McConkey last year, and I kind of get it. I do, because we didn't know what you're getting into. I mean, we know Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, but the Harbaugh offense with, I'm feeling stupid, I can't think of the offensive coordinator for the Chargers offhand, was former Roman. We know that Roman's offense is pretty slow play, physical football, run the ball, play action with Lamar Jackson. Well, not always Lamar Jackson, even with Flacco. Moving the ball around at a very slow, lethargic pace. Not big numbers passing, play defense. And that's just the Harbaugh way of playing football. And so people weren't going to run to Ladd McConkey, especially when there was still that hype of, well, Quentin Johnson, just write it off as rookie jetters. You know, he's going to come back, and Harbaugh's talking to him, and he's going to turn him around. So there was so much uncertainty. And then who's Josh Palmer? What Josh Palmer we're going to get? Because at this point, Mike Williams had left, and Keenan Allen had left. And so now Palmer should be the next guy up. So what we're going to get? And see, those of us who gambled on McConkey late, and I did, it paid off. I actually had a team, my top team had Neighbors, McConkey, and Thomas, all three rookies starting in my championship game. Late round picks? No, I mean, Neighbors wasn't. I took Neighbors like in the fourth. And it was about where he was going in a lot of drafts if you could get him in the fourth. I mean, sometimes it was moving up pretty quick. Earlier, yeah, and I mean, Neighbors probably going to be a second-round pick this year, so we'll see. But we're not going to know because we have to see what's going on. We hear the Giants are talking about grabbing Hunter, but we don't know if we're going to get Hunter because now Cleveland's talking about Hunter. So who's going to get who? And we don't know. Because we don't know, to sit there and say, oh, well, I think that this guy's going to be a top, blah, blah, blah. We don't know. We will know more, but I can promise you with Christian McCaffrey on how many's board last year is number one. How many people's board last year had Christian McCaffrey at number one? Again. And was he even in the top 10? No. So why are we putting people up there just because we think they're awesome and they might do something? Or why don't we look at opportunity? That's where I take my nose. My nose goes to opportunity, which is why I've gone after Detroit the last few years. Hungry football team. Interesting upcoming team. I'd like to see the growth of Carolina. How does that play out? We'll know more in preseason in the first couple of weeks. But that's kind of interesting. How does Baker Mayfield do going on his third offensive coordinator in 3 years? How does that work out? So there's a lot of interesting places we can go in discussion, but we don't really know until we get these rookies involved and we get a better idea of who's doing what, where. And until then, everything is just fluff. Watch my video so I can tell you all these interesting gems you're going to find of these hidden relics that no one in the world knows about me except everybody else also. So watch my video and like, because then everybody will want to watch my video because I'm so popular giving you information that's meaningless before May. Yeah, no one ever signed me. I mean, not only do my videos stink, but I don't agree with a lot of the crap. It's fluff, it's promotional. They're just trying to keep you active so that you watch them immediately when it comes time to sign up for all the subscriptions at the beginning of the year. That's where the money comes in, and then they start saying, hey, and while you're at it, let's talk about daily fantasy football, because if you stink at the information we gave you and you didn't win, or you're not winning even though we gave you the blueprint to do so, then you could spend more money losing at daily fantasy sports. No one's signing me to promote gambling. No! I'm not anti-gambling, I'm not. It's just too much foolish gambling out there. And gambling is based on bad behavior. There are people out there, experts, that do well, and they also have really stink times too. I mean, I've heard guys out there, literally last year, professionals on SiriusXM talk about their first 5 weeks are garbage. They're in the hole. These are the best of the best. No, they dig their way out because they're smart and they know what they're doing, but they're the best of the best. What happens to you? Can you afford to take those early losses? Can you afford to take any losses? And what about the moral implications of it? How does this affect your family? How does it affect your spirituality? How does it affect your walk with God? Are you tithing? Or are you tithing the devil? Boo! Didn't say that, did he? He did! Don't tithe the devil. Don't tithe the devil. And don't be a dumb gambler. You can enjoy things without having to go to the extreme. In gambling, they're always trying to push people to the green. The must-have, gotta have it right now. Push that button. Must-have now society. Anyway, not gonna get too crazy. No long video here. Just want to talk a little bit about upcoming drafts. We'll talk more about it when the draft actually comes through. Want to get a video out there. Want to say Happy Easter. Condolences to the Pope. Don't buy into the hype. Nobody really knows, and every year there's always these rumors about who's going to do what. Remember, Kenny Pickett was supposed to be a stud. Remember? How many quarterbacks were supposed to be a stud? Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be the next greatest thing. Now the top of the guy falling down to the second round. Is he going to be the second pick overall? Or is he going to the second round? Or is he going to the middle of the first round? So what's rumor mill do you believe? I don't know. And because I don't know, I'm not going to tell you something, well, I think. That's all it is, I think. Doesn't mean it's actually fact. Doesn't make it even close to true. I think a lot of things, and a lot of them are probably BS or just idle dreams. Folks, keep your eye on the ball, okay? And the game hasn't even started. Yes, some free agents have moved around. It's important to know that for those who are in dynasty leagues. But if you're not a dynasty league, so much time left, and you won't know nothing until we start breaking up preseason. You'll know where people are at. You'll have an idea what their offensive set is. We can listen to the whatever fluff the coaches spit out. Oh, he's doing great. He's coming along right where we expected him to be. What exactly does that mean? Is he a year 3 player? What does that actually mean? It means whatever it means to that coach in the moment. So, don't buy into the hype. We got a whole season. We got months ahead of us to prepare for what's up and coming. And we got months ahead of us to talk about spirituality and what we can do awesome in 2025 to promote the kingdom of God. And one of the ways we can promote things is through my friend Carmel at giverofhope.org. Giverofhope.org. She's down there in Haiti. She's doing an awesome job. If you're watching her videos, I saw her Easter Sunday video. And I want you to understand, the church that they're in is actually her home as a child. It's basically like this big open area with the walls and a roof. I mean, it's not a whole lot to it. And they convert that thing and they decorate it and turn it into a church for these people. So God bless them. And man, if you got $5 to spare, if you got anything to spare, giverofhope.org. She's not a scam. She's the real deal. She's a lover of God, committed to bringing the people of Haiti and the island of Lebanon, I hope I said it right, Carmel, the message of God, the resurrection of Christ to this island. So, blessings to her. And if you have a chance to help her, try. Look at her website, giverofhope.org. And more videos to come. Just remember, this is Christian Fantasy Sports, and the only fantasy here is sports because God is real. See ya!